My name is Karen. I am the chef host of Ethnic Sarawak Night, a series of dining experiences showcasing ethnic Sarawakian cuisine here in Kuala Lumpur. Most of Malaysia doesn't know is the vast, diverse, ethnic, tribal communities that are present in Sarawak. So with that diversity in terms of ethnicity comes with a really, really rich culinary landscape. One of the things that I do is try to showcase those ethnic cuisines because they're never available commercially. And I believe that by showcasing their food, we get a better understanding of each other's culture and heritage, which will allow us hopefully to get to know each other better as well as Malaysians. I don't do this by myself. I tap a lot into my network into each tribe. The people who I consider as my knowledge holders, grandmothers who open their kitchens to me, people who are deeply ingrained within their culture. I've tried to research that. The curation happens in two different ways. Either we look at the calendar of events and look at what their celebrations are, depending on the ethnic tribes. Say, for example, we did one here at Temu for the Melanau and observing how they celebrate Raya and Ramadan around that time because they're primarily also Muslim in religion. Or we look at Gawai. We did Gawai last year for the Ibans and the Bidayus, and that was a big celebration for them. So based on those milestones, but at the same time, we also curate our menus based on specific ethnicities and ethnic groups and their cuisine offerings. So Ethnic Sarawak Night really focuses on ethnic cuisine, but at the same time, I've had many requests to bring back Sarawak Laksa into the menu's evolution. So the opportunity to do that came with the idea of doing this food trail series where we highlight some of the best eats, because Sarawak Laksa is not an ethnic cuisine, but it is an iconic dish for Sarawak. And hence we decided to do this series where we will highlight some of the best eats if you go to Sarawak, not just ethnic cuisine, but across the board. The Sarawak Food Trail series that we're doing in collaboration with Safigo.com will highlight some of the best eats around these cities and towns in Sarawak. The next edition of the series will be going into the central areas of Sarawak, where we'll pass on into Bintulu, Sibu, Muka and Dalat and pull out some of their best eats, which is going to be quite unique. The last one we will do is heading into the north part of Sarawak and city of Miri, which is where I went to school. Again, unique foods to those areas and some of the best eats, and we'll also come up with our chef recommendations where you can actually get those best eats. I truly believe that food is a representative not of just their traditional culture, but also the surroundings in which they're from. So one of the big things that we try to do at Ethnic Sarawak Night is always try to introduce as traditional as possible the cooking techniques as well as the ingredients, because the ingredients are very different because of where they're based, and tribes that, say for example, Dayaks are categorized by where they stay. So you will have your sea Dayaks, you will have your land Dayaks, you will have your highland Dayaks, and their cuisine differ according to that. Diners' response to Ethnic Sarawak Nights and the dining experience that they have with us has been phenomenal. Very, very encouraged by this, and I thank my diners from the bottom of my heart for opening the palates to our mercy, so to speak. So I'm looking forward this year to doing a lot more collaborations. I think there's an opportunity to really showcase and present Sarawak ethnic cuisine as part of a heritage culinary framework for Malaysia as a whole. And I think it also that really fits into my ethos of what I want to do here with this particular passion project, which is to give us an opportunity to understand each other better as Malaysians. And what better way to do it but by food? There's two parts in terms of challenges. One is accessing ingredients. The ingredients that are used are quite limited in terms of accessibility outside of Sarawak. The others really is mining my knowledge holders and people within ethnic communities for their real traditional dishes It scares me that we might be losing a significant chunk of our culture. Well, according to Karen's plate, it will always be about the food. If you ask me, Sarawak is a very safe place to travel, whether it is for a female traveller or for a solo traveller as a whole. Ecotourism is obviously massive, and there are some beautiful parks that we still have. Obviously, places like Niah and Mulu are world renowned, but also I think, not just an environment ecotourism, but the ethnic tribes and how they live and how their ancient lifestyle has been is something that I would like to see preserved a bit more, especially through direct tourism. Well, a Karen's Plate experience means you opening up your palate to a very different side and different offering of Malaysia. We've been independent together for about more than 50 years now, but I think the most poignant thing for me is every dinner that I hold, there's at least one diner who will come up to me and say, I never knew we had this.